Welcome back, everyone. Here's what we got for you today. We've got a regional championship, the regional championship in Minneapolis, Minnesota, went on over this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And we have results. So let's look through this and let's see what placed, what did well, what people are playing, and hopefully that'll help us adjust what we're doing to make ourselves better players as a whole and to really figure out what to do with Izzet Prowess and how to move forward in the meta at this point. So basically what we're seeing here is Jeskai Control took down the whole thing. That were 2 copies of Jeskai Oculus in the top 8, 3 copies of, or 3 versions of Azorius Omniscience, and 2 versions of Izzet Prowess. So let's go ahead and let's jump in and let's look at what the Izzet Prowess list looked like that actually made it to the semifinals and ended up coming in 3rd. I'm guessing that they were both on the team together because they're both running the exact same Izzet Prowess list. So what we see here in this list, 4 copies of Monastery Swiftspear, that's standard. They've moved off of Slickshot Show Off. There were 4 copies in the last list that we saw in the top of a tournament. The list that I've been playing has 4 copies. So they've moved to 2 copies of Drake Hatcher at this point. 4 copies of Sleight of Hand, 4 copies of Stock Up. Those seem to be standard and continuous. 4 copies of Monstrous Rage, 4 copies of Op. Dropped to 3 copies of Burst Lightning from 4. 3 into the Flood Moss, so they've gone up from 2. And then only running 1 Spell Pierce in the main board with 4 Corey Steel Cutters. That's been the same. And 4 copies of Storm Chaser's Talent. The mana base looks identical to what I should be running. I'm still missing a wild card. And then we see 2 copies of Abrade in the sideboard. My guess is that's for the mirror match sum to get rid of your opponent's Corey Steel Cutter. Ghost Vacuum to deal with graveyard decks. Ral Crackling Wit is something that's new. We are not seeing any copies of the Lynx in there, the one that deals damage when your opponents have non-basic lands. I think that's a response to seeing less copies of, or less domain as a whole in the meta. We see the extra 2 copies of Spell Piercer sitting here in the sideboard. 2 copies of Torch Tower, that's gone down from 3. Another Drake Hatcher. I think Drake Hatcher is really good both against aggro and the control matchup, just because it can start to get out of hand very quickly and start to put a lot of bodies on the board. It just spirals very, very quickly from what I've seen thus far. Also, it in the mirror match does not die if your opponent plays a Pyroclasm or whatnot. We see Lithomatic Barrage, Obliterating Bolt, Witchstalker's Frenzy, and Disdainful Stroke. So it looks like there's a conscious effort to want to not, or want to be able to not allow mana value 4 or greater spells. I'm not 100% certain what Disdainful Stroke is doing in the sideboard. So going from here, I've updated my list some. Here's the new deck list. We've got 3 into the Floodmaw, 4 Opt, 4 Sleight of Hand, 4 Storm Chaser Talent, 3 Burst Lightning, 4 Monastery Swiftspear, 4 Monstrous Rage, 2 Drake Hatchers, 4 Corey Steel Cutters, 3 Slickshot Show-Offs, 4 Stock Ups, and an actual proper mana base at this point. The sideboard, 3 Spell Pierces. I put them all in the sideboard. 2 Torch Tower, 2 Ghost Vacuums, another Drake Hatcher, Abrades, Pyroclasm. I kept Sunspine Links, but I added Ral Crackling Wit and Witchstalker's Frenzy. I may actually take 1 copy of Floodmaw there and put 1 copy of Spell Pierce into the main, just because I think that's going to help improve everything that's going on. But yeah, that's the deck we're going to run, at least for now. It's close to the tournament winning build, but it's a little different. I switched over to version 2 of this deck at this point. I'm rolling at a 75% win rate on the ladder, but actually after my 2 standard challenges, I went 3-2 in my first challenge and I went 1-4 in my second challenge. It was a rough challenge. 64.7% win rate is what I'm looking at the moment. So the actual win rate that I'm rolling with is a little under 65%. I am about 50-50 in the mirror match thus far. Black-based mid-range decks are still tough. Jeskai Control has definitely gotten better. Esper Pixie, especially when there's a good pilot, it can be very difficult to deal with. I have not really faced many Jeskai Oculus decks so far. So I definitely think there's some room for improvement here. Probably space to improve not just my technical play, but the deck as a whole, especially looking at what's happening with the meta. So I'm going to keep testing that, and we're going to hop into some games here. I'll hop onto we're going to hop into some games here. We are hopping straight into a match right here. Let's see, 2 lands. Drake, Monastery, Swiftspear. This looks like a good hand. This looks fast. Okay, they're aggro. Let's not lose a life then. Emberheart Challenger. Okay. No blocks. Take the 2. Drake Hatcher. Because it's got 3 toughness. We'll just have to be careful. Okay, Lightning Strike. Huh. This is going to be a little bit tough here, I think. One of the things that I'm noticing with this deck is that for whatever reason, Mono Red feels very fast comparatively. And I'm sort of amazed that it's gotten the tournament results that it's gotten, given that Mono Red is also something that's relatively prevalent. I'm not sure. It's a really aggro format as a whole, and I don't know that Izzet Prowess out aggro's Mono Red. I mean, I've definitely had some good matchups against Mono Red, but like I feel like it's a tough match every single time. Also, I'm not sure what our opponent's doing here. All right. Dual colored land. Probably want to get a bigger board, I would think. Let's cast some creatures and so against Mono Red, I feel like you need to build up, play some defense, and then finally go in for a final strike. The problem is when they do things like that, where they just start taking your creatures off the board, you sort of don't have a great ability to sit back and just wait. So I need to not take this 5. Okay, so I'm going to take 10. All right. It's fun. Oh, good. Okay. Question is how to not die. That. And then... oh... I think I have to Monstrous Rage just to get the 2/2 token, so I'm not taking any damage. stock up first, because then we have the ability if we need to grab a land, or if we do grab a land. Okay, so I don't really want to grab a land. Swift Spear, and probably another stock up if we live the turn. Play another Swift Spear, Quarry Steelcutter, make another token. That's good, actually. Play the land. No attacks. I need to be able to have enough blocking power to not die. Play the Meek. So get trample. Yeah, 4/3. All right. Okay. Okay, a 7/4. Do I have 7 power to or 7 toughness to block? So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 to stop the damage there. Doesn't kill it though, and I lose my whole board, so that's fun. I guess Sleight of Hand because it's the cheaper spell. Draycatcher because it's actually a body. And I could equip this to that. It's got Vigilance, so I can swing with it. What the hell? Might as well get some counters, deal some damage. 5/3. Yeah, I'm dead. Let's go to game 2. All right, do we have anything that specifically walls aggro? I think Into the Floodmaw is actively bad in this matchup. I think I want 2 more Burst Lightnings. I need a Pyroclasm. Witchstalker's Frenzy is not particularly helpful. I'd like another Draycatcher and go down. Oh, no, not Quarry Steelcutter. I want to go down 2 Slickshot Show-Offs, I think. So I've got 3 Draycatchers, 1 Slickshot Show-Off. Opt. I think a Braid's too expensive. I think that's the list that I go with. Yeah. Feel good about that. I will definitely play first. That's an okay hand. It's got bodies. Oh boy. Alright, the ley line. That's going to be rough. I technically played that wrong. I should have gone to combat, then played the land. And then I think I go Quarry Steelcutter here, because then I can go Draycatcher and Sleight of Hand next turn. Then I also misplayed there as well, because if I was going Quarry Steelcutter, I should have done that pre-combat to get the buff for Monastery Swift Spear. So. Okay, I'm going to take 2. That's fine. I want to give myself the most options in terms of colors. So we'll go sleight of hand first, because maybe I want a different option. I'll take another Draycatcher, play a Draycatcher, swing for a bunch. Is there any chance I die? Instant sorcery spell, targets only a single creature you control, copy it. Okay, so they're going to get double Monstrous Rage. And if they can fling, then yeah, I am dead. No, not quite. So I have another Monstrous Rage, I'm dead. Does it give it haste? Yeah, it does. Okay. Oh, I gotta block the 6/2. And I guess if I want another token, I gotta opt on this turn. Monstrous Rage. Sure. Two, 4, 6. If I deal 9 plus an additional 2. It's 11. Doesn't kill. Okay. It's not good. Oh boy. Alrighty. So I probably block this and this. I'll take 4. And then I probably die, right? Yeah. 7, 9. Yep, that's game. Oh, crap. Not what we like to see. At least it's fast. Not playable. That one's fine. Stock up, send back. Can't cast it for a little bit. So there's just something about this deck as a whole where I feel like I end up mulliganing so many freaking times. Like, the amount of games that I feel like I start at 5 is crazy. And I'm not exactly sure what to do about it as a whole. Other than go back and add a land to the deck to try and make the draw a bit more consistent. I'm not quite sure there, but okay, they're playing Gruul Aggro. Let's go land. Corey Steelcutter. I'm going to be really aggressive here. Monstrous Rage, and then we'll get a token and a Drake. Or 2 Drakes, actually. Gonna wait to cash those in until they either target it or I don't know, whatever. But basically, we want to wait till the last minute to actually cash in on that. It's sort of strange that they played a tap land in a Gruul aggro deck. I guess if they didn't have a turn 1 play, what's it matter? I mean, they can't possibly be swinging that in, right? Okay, end step of their turn. Let's make a Drake, make another Drake. I doubt they're going to have a board wipe in an aggro deck. Let's go ahead, we'll slick shot, and then I want to be able to attack with more, so let's kill that, and this might actually be lethal here. Yep, that's exact. Cool. Alright, Gruul aggro. I'm not quite sure. I feel like Floodmaw is pretty good here. I don't think Torch the Tower. I think their creature had 3 toughness. Do I want 2 Abrades to get rid of their... let's drop a Slick Shot. Burst Lightning. We're at 60 cards now. Pyroclasm I don't think is helpful. Recast another creature spell, put well to counter. Then 1/1 blue-red Otter with Prowess. Am I going to get to 4 mana in this matchup? Probably not. I think we'll roll with this for now. Alrighty. Yeah, another hand that I don't really want to play. Alright, that's fine. I don't need 2 Abrades. With that, sleight of hand, let's look for a Steel Cutter. That's good. Land of War Elves. Another Land of War Elves. Okay, so maybe they aren't an aggro deck. Maybe they were supposed to be a ramp deck. Steel Cutter, and then we'll double spell next turn, I think. And then I can make an Otter and a this Storm Chaser. And I will hold stuff up for next turn. I swear some games this deck feels like it goes so smoothly and it kills on turn 3, turn 4, and then other games I feel like I am just trying to grind shit out the entire time. It's actually starting to frustrate me just a little bit, especially with these standard challenges that I've been doing where sometimes I just feel like I can't freaking win. Let's swing and see what they want to do. It looks like they're screwed for red mana at the moment. Okay, they're going to double block. Okay, I thought maybe they had a Snakeskin Veil or something, but I guess not. We'll just hold up and wait for the time being then. We've got 2 2/2s. We can just start beating them down. Okay, they're plotting. Singerback Terror. Okay. That's fine. Let's do Drake Hatcher, put the Corey Steel Cutter on it, go attacking, get some counters, play a land, and let them go. I don't think it matters what they play exactly. I'm pretty sure I can get Abrade 3 damage to target creature. Lands, am I right? Yeah, you are right, buddy. You're pretty mana screwed at the moment. At least I know it doesn't only happen to me. This creature gets -1/-1 for each card in your hand. Oh. That's funny. My turn. Let's do this. Flood Maw. This. Attack before they can declare blockers. We'll kill this. And that should be more than enough damage to kill. We'll test and see what they have, I guess. A Monstrous Rage. Okay. I will decline that. Yep. Perfect. Here we go. Perfect timing. Okay, and we're on to match number 3. Loss to Mono Red, a win to, I don't know what that Gruul deck was. See what else the ladder throws at us. That, I guess it's playable. Storm Chaser. Analyze the pollen. So this could be Domain. I guess it could also be a mono green deck. But Swift Spear into Storm Chaser is typically a good opening way to go. Up the Beanstalk. Okay, so likely Domain. Or likely Domain. Let's do that. Let's stock up. Go 4. Opt and Monstrous Rage are both good options. I'm starting to come around on stock up a little bit. I mean, I know it was a really good card in regards to, obviously lots of people are playing it, especially at high levels, and when you got all the pros and everything in consensus that stock up is a very good card. Obviously you should pay some attention, but I had always sort of found it to just feel a little clunky, I guess. Let's do that to protect from a board wipe and get another Monstrous Rage. Swing. I'm gonna try and just maximize damage output here. Bring in a 5 and then Sunfall. Okay. That's completely fine. That's why I grabbed the Storm Chaser's talent in the first place. And I got another one. Great. Okay. Storm Chaser. Storm Chaser. Opt. I don't want another land at the moment. Got one anyway. I'll play it. I guess we'll see if they've got another board wipe. And they do, okay. If I can get a creature with haste. I don't have a burst lightning in my graveyard. Maybe get back to opt to try and find something. Corey Steel Cutter. That could do it. If they have a Beza, then I'm in a little bit of trouble. A wizard. Oh, Zur, okay. Alright, Zur is a little bit of trouble because they're going to gain 6 life here. 5 life. 7 life. And it has to give them fucking hexproof too, because why the hell not? Steel Cutter, get back, an opt, take a token. Sure, I guess another Steel Cutter, although I'm probably at the point of pretty much losing this game. That double Sunfall really fucking hurt. Yeah, that's gonna do it. They can animate that. They're gonna get rid of my blocker. Okay, Sunspine Lynx is good in this matchup. Drop a Drake Hatcher. 2 Spell Pierces. Get rid of the Flood Maws. Down a Burst Lightning. Actually, we'll bring back a Flood Maw in case we run into a temporary lockdown. I will definitely play first. Sure, I'll keep another sketch hand. They've mulled down to 5. That's a good sign for us. I think I'll take, I guess, into the Flood Maw. I'm not sure. We'll plot that, and then we can double spell next turn. And then I'm going to go digging, because I think extra damage, but also finding something else useful is probably a good plan. Although, maybe I should have held that up for the Spell Pierce with the anticipation. No, I've got into the Flood Maw. That's okay. So, we can do this. I don't really want to deal just 2 to them. I guess it's a body, it pressures. Beanstalk. There's a decent argument I should have done nothing last turn and held up for the Beanstalk. And then spell pierced it. Let's go to combat. Five to the face, play a land, and turn we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll leave it up for a Leyline Binding and Avatar. Okay. That's fine. Okay. All right. I think I Flood Maw this, then go to my turn, then I can swing Monstrous Rage, and that's, I mean, there's nothing, yeah, that's game. Okay. I want less Spell Pierces, more into the Flood Maws. I think I just swap them 1 for 1 and go with it. Okay, this is a better hand, at least than I've been drawing. Let's do that. Swift Spear. I wonder if this deck isn't necessarily supposed to be played as aggressive as I play it. I wonder if there's an argument to playing Sleight of Hand on turn 1 instead, and trying to accumulate more resources before gearing up for sort of an all-out strike. I'm not too sure about that one though. Like this one's definitely tough because I could Sleight of Hand and get a little bit more damage, or I could Quarry Steel Cutter, set myself up for next turn. I guess I'm gonna Quarry Steel Cutter, so. Although I'm exposing myself to the board more on turn 3 where they could have Temp Lockdown. But I guess I've got Into the Flood Maw to counteract that. They're going to draw. Yeah, we'll double spell here. A Spell Pierce is nice. And then we're definitely holding stuff up. Because if they have any board wipe that's not Temp Lockdown with a land, we can Spell Pierce it. But if it is Temp Lockdown, then I just hold up Into the Flood Maw, and we've got decent protection that way. Sunfall, okay, that's fine, because then I do just Spell Pierce it, exactly why we held up the land. That's fine, they're going to draw their card. I think the proper line of play here is Sleight of Hand first, because that's going to show us what we have. Okay, so if we grab a Burst Lightning, that's 2 to face, plus 3, 6, And then, yeah, that's more than enough. Burst Lightning to face. They don't have any mana to do anything anyway. I'll decline that. 4, 3, 3. Yep, that's more than 9. If not, I could have into the Flood mod something on their board just to get the Prowess triggers. There we go. We're in the Platinum. Let's hit another match while we're at it. This is going to be a long video today, I'm pretty sure. That's okay, though. We're just going to grind a bunch of matches. I'll make a bunch of mistakes, show a bunch of hopefully good plays. I mean, Izzet Prowess has a pretty good matchup, I would say, against Domain. Although I have seen some of the lists that are just copying off the recent RCQ list, and those ones are definitely tougher to play against. They've got a bit more low to the ground removal. I feel like this deck sort of needs protection spells. I really, for whatever reason, I feel like a protection spell, like a slip out the back or something like that would be cool for the deck. This could be Omniscience, or it could be the Jeskai Control list. I guess it could also be blue-white artifacts if they're just playing something crazy, but I might get to see the Omniscience combo for the first time ever. Sheltered by Ghosts. Okay. Okay, they don't want to trade. Enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast? What the hell is this? 6/5 lifelinker in the air. Okay, well that's pretty good. See if they want to. Nope. Guess I'll play another Swift Spear. I feel like I've done so much damage to them, and I haven't done anything to their life total because they gained 6 life off of their frickin' Mockingbird. And now their enchantment spells cost 2 less to cast. That's pretty good. Stock up first. So that's a sorcery. If I double Monstrous Rage, what does that do? I don't have my calculator. I'll pull it up here. Pulling up the calculator app. That's fun. Okay, so we have 2 plus 2 plus 3. If we Monstrous Rage, we're going to get an additional 3 plus 3. Plus, we're going to get 3 Prowess triggers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 plus 6. Is that exactly 19? Okay. So I have a land for it already. So Monstrous Rage and I guess the Drake Hatcher for in the back. Play the land. Attack with everything. See what they do. If they don't block, then I win. Okay, so I win then, I guess. Okay, how did I miscalc that? I mean, I didn't miscalc it in a bad way. At least I was under, but that's strange. Enchantments. So I probably want Spell Pierce to stop them from coming down. I think Slick Shot is probably worse than Drake Hatcher in this matchup. They all have 3 toughness, so Burst Lightning. Burst Lightning. I guess those are going. Another unplayable opening hand. Keep 6 there. I don't have anything to put Monstrous Rage on, so I guess it's going back. I don't have anything to protect from enchantments. Drake Hatcher, okay. This creature can't be blocked. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, choose one that hasn't been chosen. 2 1/1 counters, draw a card, becomes a copy of another target creature you control. Interesting. My guess is they want it for the copy ability, and it's an enchantment. Sure, I'll take a land. I need a second blue. Can't be blocked. Okay. I'm thinking, buddy. I probably still want a Spell Pierce for something, right? Guess we'll dig a little further in the deck. Stock up's good. Huh. Okay, they're going to put the 1/1 counters or draw a card. Yeah, it's a 3/3 now. That thing's going to get out of hand somewhat quickly. Steel Cutter and the Show Off are probably my best options. And then I can't cast a Spell Pierce anyway, so I guess we're going with the tap one, so I've got more blue sources. God damn, those are big. Steel Cutter. Drake Hatcher. Well, at least it can be blocked now. It's probably best to play Storm Chaser's talent too. Entity Tracker, okay. Good game. Okay. Alright. That's a pretty big board. Maybe my new plan is to mill them out. What in the fucking off meta is this? Definitely don't need a land. Monstrous Rage does nothing for me. I'm dead on board. Alright, that thing was sort of a problem. So I'll bring back 2 Burst Lightnings for it, and I think I'm just gonna go with that. Definitely want to play first. That looks fast enough. Or at least, like, enough blockers and shit. They've got to answer stuff. Whatever they're playing is not bad. I mean, I guess they made it to Platinum with it, so can't be terrible. Take the opt. The Drake Hatcher. I mean, if they can't answer Drake Hatcher, it's really, really, really oppressive. But I'd rather them be on their back foot and having to respond to my threats than being the other way around. I'll take another Swift Spear, and then I'll play it on end step. Okay, they're making their enchantments cost less. I could deal a lot of damage right now, can't I? So I could Slick Shot, land, sleight of hand, The Flood Maw. That probably hoses their ability to cast an enchantment at this point, though, which is nice. The fucking entity tracker. I don't like those things. Opt. I guess I want a slick shot show off. They have a way to kill me next turn? Why are they saying good game? This deck looks like it absolutely fucking folds to a board wipe, though. I don't think I'm dead. I mean, that's easy. Okay. That was some bullshit. I don't know what they were on about. Anyway, I think that's where we're going to hop off for the day. I don't want this video to be way too long, but I'm going to keep grinding and maybe get in another standard event now that I've got 5,000 gold to enter. So wish me luck, and we'll keep training. I'll keep sharing my insights on Izzet Prowess and what exactly to do. I'm going to test out some new lines and play around with it, really, and hopefully next episode I will have some much better insights to share with everyone. I really feel like I'm starting to finally get a grasp on this deck. There is a ton to unpack in this deck. And just, you got to be able to keep a level head and know that you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. I know I have to go 5-0 when I go up to Hartford in 2 weekends. And so I just got to get myself mentally prepped for that. Just got to be calm, ready. Forget about the last game. Forget about the last match. Whatever happened, and keep going with it. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.